Welcome to something that is brand new, something I'm going to call CBJ in 30 short shift. Just like in a game, when players get late in the game, they're trying to conserve energy, they shorten their shifts, they're not on the ice as long. Well, I'm not going to be with you as long as the normal 30-minute CBJ in 30, so indeed, this is going to be a short shift. I, by the way, am your host, Bob McElligott. Tonight, the Blue Jackets take on the Dallas Stars in Dallas. They will conclude their two-game season series. The Blue Jackets won in Columbus last week by the score of 4-1. But here's some changes that are going to take place for both teams tonight. Let's start with the Dallas Stars. They are going to be a healthier team than they were last week. Alexander Radulov is rejoining the lineup. He is going to go on the top line with Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin. So that is going to make that line even more dangerous. John Tortorella tried to match Boone Jenner, Nick Foligno, and Josh Anderson with that line last week. Well, now Radulov will be there, and the Blue Jackets don't have the last line change. So we'll see how often they're able to get the matchup that they're looking for here tonight. Also, Brett Ritchie could return to the lineup tonight, which is he's a little bit more of a gritty player for the Dallas Stars. If he comes back, and they're not making that decision until after warm-ups, but if he comes back, Gamel Smith will probably be the player that comes out for the Dallas Stars. So that's what's going on their side. On the Blue Jackets side, no lineup changes except for the fact that Sergei Bobrovsky is going to be the goaltender instead of Jonas Korpisalo. Everything else, personnel-wise, stays the same as Saturday night's shootout loss to the New York Rangers. But the lines are undergoing some tweaking here in tonight's game. Anthony Duclair is not going to play with Alexander Wenberg and Oliver Bjorkstrand. Instead, he is going to go down and play with Riley Nash and Marcus Hannikainen. Nash is going to move from the wing where he has been playing back to the middle. He's replacing Brandon Dubinsky, who is going to move up and play on the wing with Wenberg and Bjorkstrand. Now, even though Doobie's going to the wing, I'm sure he's going to take a bulk of the faceoffs in place of Wenberg, so the Blue Jackets will not lose his services there, okay? And to get you more up-to-date on that and more about the thinking of these changes and much, much more about tonight's game, here's Blue Jackets head coach John Tortorella. Torts, when you get these spots on your schedule like you have right now in this past week, it's been a little bit crazy with the travel. You're in D.C., you're at home, now you're in Dallas. How important is it that you find ways to pick up points in the games when you're playing in those types of stretches? Yeah, and I'll even go back to the West Coast trip where I don't think we were – I think we're playing better now than we were playing on that trip, but we still found a way to get a 500 record out of the West Coast trip. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. I mean, we're coming out here. We fly 3 hours to come out here to play one game. We'll be back in bed at probably 3:30, 4 o'clock tonight after the game. So to grind away, I really appreciate how we've handled ourselves on the road. Bobby, I like the way we played against the Rangers, other than the odd man rushes. Found a way to get a point there. We've got to get ourselves more situated at home to be more consistent, but we're still getting points, so I think it's important as we've started this month. Does your team try too hard at home? And what I mean is there's always that old adage of you go on the road, you don't need to please a crowd, you play a simple game, you get a win, and sometimes when you're at home, maybe you try to do too much. Have they been guilty? I don't know. I don't know what the reason is, but I know the main problem we have when we're chasing games is we just give up too many easy chances. We don't make the team work for their chances. And you know, that Ranger game, we're chasing it through most of it. So I'm not sure if it's that or it's just understanding our biggest, the cure that we have to have is situational play. We've had a lot of goals scored on us in the last minute, first minute of games, and the odd man rushes. We have to cut some of those out. Anthony Duclair is going to move on to a line with Riley Nash and Marcus Hannikainen here tonight. You talked about him. You didn't play him in the third period the other night, and you've said you've got to teach him how to check. How do you go about teaching a player playing in this league and playing for all these years how to check? Yeah, just do it. Quite a bit of video today with the team, with Duke being front and center in some of the situations. After that, he met with Brad Shaw, who had more clips to show him. Listen, I'm upset with his play. I'm upset with his play because I know there's more there to him. We're on his side, and I told him that. We're on your side, but you're going to have to learn to play the right way. And if I can just see a two-way street, then more ice time will come his way. I'm not going to turn him into a checker, but he has to meet us halfway in how to play some minutes of the game on the other side of the puck. And
I think that's the responsibility of the coaching staff to teach him that, because quite honestly, I think some of it he just doesn't know. He doesn't understand that part. The other part of it is the lack of determination sometimes. That's what drives me crazy. That's something you can control, is your determination level. That's what he has to show me. Or now he's on another line, and pretty soon he'll be right out of the lineup if things don't change. So we'll see how it goes, because as I've always said, we think there's a ton to him that can help this club, so we got to spend some time with him.
And I know you had to do something, but pretty much you had 3 of your 4 lines going pretty well these last couple of games. Any concern, even as you moved Dubinsky with Winberg and Bjorkstrand? When you're making those decisions, do you get concerned about maybe messing up 2 lines?
Well, I think we have found 2 lines in Jen's line and Luke's line. I liked Doobie's line, Doobie, Hanny, and Nasher. They weren't scoring a bunch of goals, but they did a lot of good things as far as forechecking. Putting Doobie on the wing with Borky and Wenny, maybe it'll get some offense going on that line. And I have to say, that's our 3rd line. I think I can number the lines now. And where that 4th line is Nasher and Duke and Hanny. Maybe we can get some offense out of 3 lines here if we try this and see where it goes.
Have you been surprised that Boone Jenner has been as good as he's been at the center ice position this year?
He doesn't surprise me ever, because he is just, I mean, if, you talk about determination, Duke just has to watch that guy on the ice every game. That is one of the most determined players I've coached. I'm always concerned with him down low in the defensive zone, where it doesn't allow him to his strength as far as forechecking, but he has found a way to get involved on both ends of the ice, so I give him a lot of credit.
You just played this Dallas team, 6 days ago at home. You only get them 2 times in a year, so do you appreciate the fact that you don't have to wait 3 months to play them a second time? You get them right away?
Yeah, they're a good team. I think they'll get Radulov back tonight and make them a better team. I just kind of sucks that we come out here for 1 game. If we'll come out here this far in a long flight, I wish we had some more games along the way. But it is what it is. It's a schedule. It's a team that can be explosive. We got to be really careful here with our start and just try to play the right way against them.
It looked like it got a little bit chippy, or could have gotten chippy. You guys had a 3-goal lead, so maybe they backed off on that a little bit. But hold on. You've had 2 fights in 2 weeks now, Torts. Come on.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Chippy, I'm not sure what the definition of chippy.
Well, it's gone way down from where it was before. But Josh Anderson is your chippy guy here lately.
Yeah. He and I did. I like the way he played against Ben. Jamie Ben's a hell of a player that has some jam to him. That's a key matchup for us. I'm not sure if I'll get it here tonight all the time, being away. But no, you bring up a good point with that part of it, and that's the way we have to play. That's what that line gives us, and I think it's really helped us find our footing here.
I guess we'll have to come up with a new word if chippy doesn't even apply anymore.
No, there's no word for it. It just isn't in the game anymore.
Well, there's a word. It's not arable. Thanks, Torts. Good luck.
All right, thanks. Bye.
That is Blue Jackets head coach John Tortorella. Again, it's the Blue Jackets and the Dallas Stars tonight. 8:30 Eastern, the puck will drop. You'll be able to hear pregame coverage starting at 8:15 on the Blue Jackets radio network, and that includes the flagship station 97.1 The Fan in Columbus. You can also get the game on the Blue Jackets app, on the TuneIn app, and by going to BlueJackets.com. That's going to do it for today's CBJ and 30 Short Shift. I'm Bob McElligott.